Hey, how do you like the content on the internet about Filipinos right now?
Oh, gosh, we're diving right into it.
What's up, Pandeez?
Welcome to another episode of the pandesoul podcast.
where we explore the flavors of being Filipino and American.
We're your hosts. I'm the Dre Magics.
I'm the fictitious professor.
And I'm EJ Villiaman, and we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. What's up, Pandeez? Welcome back to another episode of the Pandesoul podcast, also known as the It's Hella Hot in the Studio podcast.
We have a lot of electric fans.
We have a lot of electric fans here.
Eclectic fans.
Eclectic fans?
Yeah.
Like they're all weird?
Yeah, no,
Yeah?
eclectic.
I like to think so.
Cool. Like the Vornado.
Wow. V
Wow.
as in
Vornado.
Not sponsored.
H as in Honeywell.
H in as in Hornado. D as in
I
Dornado.
want to get caught in that.
B as in Bornado.
Vornado.
J as in Jornado.
T as in Tornillo.
Okay, sorry. Nailed it.
R as in Ronquillo.
Okay.
Dude, you remember those cookies? They're like donut cookies, but they're like sugar coated.
Donuts?
Came in a red bag.
Maybe.
Throwback, anyway.
I think so.
Huh?
Maybe it was.
There's donuts in a small red bag?
No, it was like a circular cookie, but a hole in the middle, like a donut, and they're sugar coated.
Sewing
Anyway.
kit?
Sewing kit? No, not the sewing kit cookies. But yeah, we're your hosts. I'm the Dre Magic.
I'm the fictitious professor.
And I'm EJ Villiaman.
And we're here with our special guest today, Miko. Hi, Miko.
AKA Young Buko. You still go by
You
that?
still go by that?
Young
that a-
Buko
was that a
as
long time ago?
DJ, not a long time ago. Just whenever you catch me past 10 p.m. on a weekend.
Oh, so that's not today.
Yeah, it's weekday.
You're not young Buko
Oh,
today.
yeah, not today,
It's
not
just a
today.
Buko.
I'm
Yeah.
just a little Buko.
Yeah, if you hit your head, that's a bukol.
Wow.
But if you look good, that's a book. Cool.
Cool.
Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What else?
It's your turn.
Oh, it's your
If you
turn.
get hit in the face and you have a slight droopy face, that's a book drool.
Book drool.
That was a stretch.
Wow.
Wow, Mr. Fantastic!
Oh, stretch.
Yes. Wow.
It's a good one.
Strong.
Wow.
Yo, and today's topic is. This is our guys. Listen to me, huh?
Okay.
This is our last one for today. Okay.
that's our first one for today.
First one for today.
It's gonna last us.
So let me tell you a story, right? He's gone. I'm gonna tell the story.
Okay.
So our past episodes with Chef J. Frag, right? He brought water in. It's really hot, and like we started pouring water into our cups, but it was like from a big bottle that J. Frag brought, right? He's like, "Oh, that's my bottle, but y'all can have some. It's cool, right?" Because it was like a big.
It's a
size
gallon
bottle,
jug, yeah.
Right. And then EJ's like, "Just have some of my water, dude." And I was assuming it was like a little bit. Bitch, that shit was full. And I'm like, "You're the reason why he has no more water, because his whole water bottle's empty."
He's gonna
He's gone now. He left it, so it's
Right.
he's gonna
It's up for
have
grabs.
to pee on the way home.
and he doesn't have a receptacle.
No. But a retesticle.
Retesticle. Hey, how do you like the content on the internet about Filipinos right now?
Oh, gosh, we're diving right into it. Well, Pandesoul podcast is my favorite podcast that I see on the internet.
He said it wrong. See.
You heard it here.
Dude, what is that?
Pandesoul. No, I think the content that I see on the internet concerning Filipino, are we differentiating Filipino and Filipino American? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
We should.
Yeah.
You should.
right.
should.
They do it.
Ooh,
They do it to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
do it to us.
They're not like us.
They're not.
Wow.
Like,
Wop,
They're not
wop,
gonna
wop,
match.
wop.
They're not gonna match our freak.
They're not gonna. You know, I think
I've been a nesting.
I think there's really good, honest attempts at trying to connect to our own culture, our mixed identities, and to the culture that our homeland is from. I think that there's honest efforts out there, and I think honestly we could do better.
Thank you, President
Yeah.
Obama.
Do
Vote
or
for
do
me.
not.
My fellow
On
Americans.
November.
Yeah.
Don't forget to vote.
What do you think the problem is? Because I feel like no one's having conversations with the other,
Yeah.
right? Everyone's just assuming
Right.
what shit is, and it's like, yo, talk to a Filipino, talk to a Filam, and y'all will figure it out, right? Because I think culturally I was brought up more Filipino than FILAM. Culturally, right? At school, of course, it was more American, like with the language and the food and stuff. But at home, it was very like traditional Filipino customs and traditions. But like when we vibe on some funny shit, it's all the same.
Right.
And it's not, and we all get mad at the same shit too, where like, listen, adobo's great. It's not the number, you know what I mean? It's not the first choice or whatever. Like there's other stuff, right? Like
Yeah, I feel like it's similar to like if you go to Italy, it's like, oh yeah, pizza, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, you know,
It is great,
it's
though.
it is, and like
Yeah,
adobo
we
is
just
great,
had
but you know, there's other dishes
Right.
that Italy has to offer.
Yeah, like putanesca.
Like ravioli. And
Cannolis.
spaghetti.
Putanesca.
Jolly
Squid ink.
spaghetti.
Pasta.
And like Italian meatballs.
Right.
Italian sausage.
Yeah.
We just call it.
We sound so fucking
I know. Right.
There goes our Italian viewership.
Gabagool.
One
Our
guy.
metrics are down.
Yeah.
Mozzarella.
That's
Parmigiano
spicy
Reggiano.
meatball.
Right.
We're getting canceled.
Let's keep
Yeah,
digging this
so-
hole.
It's okay. Italians are fine.
Yeah.
They're good.
You know, shared histories. I think honestly it boils down to the fact that we have so many nuanced experiences as Filipino Americans, right? A lot of us are second gen, first gen, 1.5 gen, and so that really dictates what a lot of our personal experiences are. Where it's like I was blessed to grow up with a very great community of Filipino Americans who also, you know, my generation whose parents moved here, and so I honestly always grew up feeling very Filipino. I felt very attached to my roots, whereas I met other Filipinos, I'm originally from Houston, who were completely the opposite, who like were ashamed of their
Yeah.
Right.
identities, right?
It is
So-
kind of interesting, right? You see but I mean, you can't blame them too because maybe it's whatever they're trying to survive is a strong word, but
And it's survival, right? Their
It is.
parents even teach them to kind of shed some of it, like, oh, don't speak in the language, don't talk with the accent, dress a certain way, act a certain way to fit in and assimilate, which is like a pretty strong word here in America.
yeah.
That I
Right.
don't think a lot of Filipinos truly understand,
We want you
Yeah.
to be more like them. They won't know that you're not American.
and they
Yeah,
not like
so
us.
I got
is
my
what they tell
Wranglers
us back.
on and
Ma, I think they'll know.
Oh, actually, I have a crazy story about when I first realized that I had a different skin color than everyone
Yeah,
else.
don't
So I
tell it.
was.
I'm just kidding.
no, I'm really
So
Dre, close your ears.
Okay.
yeah.
So it was crazy because I was originally born in the States, but my first language was Visaya. And, you know, I tell the story of like, yeah, I peed myself in pre-K when I first went to school because when I said I need to go to the bathroom, I said I need to eat, not I need to go to the bathroom or I
Sure.
need to pee.
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I made friends. You know, they were pretty diverse. Houston, surprisingly, is very diverse, even though the Texas and the South have a different vibe to it that people know about. But I was playing cops and robbers on the playground, and we were trying to split up, where it's like, yeah, you know, I want to be with my friends. We're going to do this and that. And someone specifically said, like, oh, your skin is dark, so you're going to be a robber, and we're going to be the cops.
Dang.
And that's when I like literally looked down, and I was like, oh, you're right. My skin is different than yours, and everyone's skin. Like, again, it wasn't something I was like
Yeah.
taught.
Yeah, you're not actively
Right.
thinking about this as a person.
Yeah, as
Growing
a
up,
Like,
4
you
year
learn,
old.
you learn that day.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
It's like
People learn.
the difference of classism, colorism, and all
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
garbage.
How old were you? Like
I was 4
4?
at the time. Yeah,
Preschool?
yeah, you know, crying when my mom left me. Where I'm like, oh my gosh, where are my parents? What is going on? You know,
Yeah.
shy kid. So, yeah. Again, I didn't understand the impact of that until I was much grown, an adult, college. A lot of us are educated in college about our identities more.
Yeah.
Right.
This is where I shout out the West Coast, where it's like, unless you're in the West Coast, because it's like, yeah, y'all got stuff in like high school level and even younger than that, where I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, that
Like
is kind of.
identity and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when I went to a conference for the first time, and the person speaking was like, all right, everyone knows who's Jose Rizal, and everyone raised their hands, and I was like, who's Jose Rizal?
Yeah, I did not know that either.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna just sink in my chair. I thought I was like one of y'all. But
There's a
maybe I'm
ride
not.
at Disneyland apparently. Resource Revenge.
Rizal's Revenge.
Rizal's Revenge.
Not so berry farm.
Not so bad. Wow. Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's just like I didn't know the line was drawn so thick, right? I thought it was like, we're all brown, we're all Filipino in some sense. Like, but I came from a place of ignorant acceptance.
Yeah.
And maybe part of me is like, for most of me, is like, I wish I stayed that way.
Oh yeah.
Right? Because it really is like ignorance is blessed. Like, I think I know too much about what each side is thinking, where I don't want to think about it anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I get that.
Because it's a
why
burden.
isn't acceptance the answer?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why can't we help each other be? Sorry. Why can't we help each other be better versions of what we want to become?
Right.
And it's like, look, and it's crazy because every now and then we get like these serious discussions on this pod, and like, I want to joke so much about it, but it's like, it sucks, you know, because you see, like, good thing this other generation is growing up, and I think they have to deal with it less
Yeah.
because they are coming from a place of acceptance.
Yeah.
But it's like intentional.
Yeah. There's
ours
also
is
there's like more ways of finding a community. Like online community also counts too.
Yeah,
So then
yeah.
it's like being able to share an experience from a wider audience. Because I still remember like first time hearing like Rex Navarrete bits,
Yeah.
where I fully realized it's not just like my family or like my close family friends who are also Filipinos. Like, oh, this is what it's like in the entire like Filipino diaspora experience.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's where it's like you see, like, especially with Rex and with other media forums, where it's like the culture extends into the family, into the, you know, community, where it's like, oh, we have a very particular sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the jokes on the podcast and in a lot of our media, it's just like, yeah, it's a very particular just delivery, sense of humor, very dad humor to like
storytelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The below job.
I'm curious to like see what this generation's. I had the word. I forgot what that word was.
Reference.
Cool on that.
No. Yeah. Utot.
Avatar.
No. It was like a
Lord
really
and
like.
Savior.
Amalgamation.
That's an expensive word. Crisis. What their like crisis is, because we had kind of like identity crisis ish. With this generation growing up, if identity is kind of not a crisis, what is their?
I think identity is still a prevalent crisis.
Yeah, but I feel like our generation is trying to push for them that acceptance is the
answer.
way to go.
Yeah.
So like, yes, their own self-identity is a crisis in itself, but culturally and ethnically, it's not.
Right.
I think the crisis is more so the loss of culture and identity, actually, because it's more so like there is no acceptance without education, right? You know, great Filipino American saying is "no history, no self," and it's really true. Where it's like, yeah, we can eat the food and reference all of like the surface level things, but then there's deeper things that I think are important to our culture. Where it's like, you know, honestly, it breaks my heart when I see this new generation and like they don't bless. Like I've always been taught to bless my titas and titos or just any elders just as a sign of respect. And even when it breaks my heart even further when I see a tita or tito where I'm like, I hold my hand out waiting for it.
Yeah.
And they're just like, oh no, you don't have to do that. And it's like, oh no, I want to.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. Oh, if my mom was here, I do.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
You want my ass beat too?
Yeah. I want to go play. I want to go play upstairs. I want to play
Yeah.
Super Smash with all my cousins and friends.
Listen.
Until I bless everyone here, I can't do that. So
Whoa,
please.
Targaryen. Well,
She's gonna kill me, and she's gonna kill you too.
Oh yeah.
that's interesting because like, yeah, I didn't really grow up with blessing as much, and like, I started to become ashamed because a lot of my extended cousins blessed, but I always felt weird blessing because it was never like a thing that I really grew up doing. So instead of blessing, I started giving people kisses on the cheek, Trey, and like going in for hugs, like being affectionate that way, as opposed to let me put your hand on my forehead. Do I want to teach my offspring bless? I think I would like to as well. But I also, like, I understand not blessing because of how weird it is when you're not used to it, right? So, yeah.
I think another major part of it too, and it's like I was able to do this a lot growing up, and it's something I realized was like very privileged later down the line, where it's like the other part of that is like the homecoming, right? Like being able to go back to the Philippines, whether you were born there, moved here, or if you were born here and never been back, where it's like I was doing it every couple years. So again, my first language was Visaya, versus like I've met people who are like 18, 19, 20, and they're like, oh, I've never been. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah, that's the privilege of like I used to go every
7, 19,
Every prime
21.
year.
every prime number year.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've unfortunately only gone to the Philippines once, and that was like 9 years ago. And then it was like my mom's like first time back in 30 years. So that was kind of like an interesting kind of like uncovering for her as well, because we both had culture shock. Because last time she was like certain places, it was a cornfield, and now it's a mall. And so the biggest thing that she said when we were there, I also kind of said this too, is like, why did we wait so long to go?
Oh, my
Because she
heart.
would always refer to it like as back home.
Back home is like the reference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
And-
In the PI.
Yeah, and it's like you've been in America for 30 years and not been back home.
yeah.
That's like longer than you've like. I think at that point, she'd almost been in the States longer than she'd been in the Philippines.
Right. It's crazy because you can only imagine they speak back when they were kids. They spoke of America like, oh, this fucking mountain of gold,
Right.
and then now all they talk about is going back home,
Right.
which is like such a sad concept, right? Because if you think about it, they're used to a version of the Philippines
Right.
that will never exist ever again
Right.
because of like development and all this stuff. And I'm not saying like, oh, it's not, I'm not trying to put a downer on it, but it's
Yeah,
it's so sad that the resource of having to save and go back home even if you go back every 5 years, the Philippines you experience every 5 years is so different from the one you
Totally.
experienced 5 years ago.
Right.
Totally.
Right? And hopefully we get to a point where it's stable is the wrong word, but it's more consistent with, it develops a lot more slowly because we're caught up with the
Sure.
rest of the world, or even at least America, right? But because developments are happening so fast, the shit, like, I read this, right? Your parents' version of the Philippines doesn't exist, right?
Right.
And also, your version of the Philippines doesn't exist, even through the stories of your parents or through media or whatever. Because it's Schrodinger's cat. You don't know if it's real unless you go there. And when you go there, you're going to find out, you're going to learn a new version of the Philippines. Sorry, I think I spoke. But the new version of the Philippines, which is like, how do you navigate that as a fucking Filipino or FILAM, that you're split between two worlds that are on the opposite ends of the world?
Right.
Like Filipinos there that are multicultural, where it's like, yeah, I'm Malaysian and Filipino. That's like a 2-hour plane ride, dude, right? Or even like Mexican Americans, where it's like, oh, it's like a drive, right? It's just crazy to me how, like, for example, I've never been,
Right.
since I left, and you come to terms with, hey, what's that version? This like mystical fucking land that
Yeah.
I hear stories about, and I like pay homage to, but it's, it's the whole Thor, like, home is not a place, it's a people.
Yeah.
But you still want to see it. You want to pay homage to like where you came from, where like all the things you love live. It's just who knows what you'll see when you get there.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
think I like that version because of me being a chaos monster.
Mm.
I'm just like, oh, I like the unknown, so let's wait until we can do it properly.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think, like, again, with the nuances of everyone's different stories, like even just us here at the table versus like so many others, where it's like, I want to give grace to the friends I have who are my age and generation, where when I say, oh, have you been back home? And they're like, I don't really see it as home. And again, I want to validate that experience where it's like, I get that. You have never been, your parents have never been, like, and they don't tell you the stories that I've been told, or, you don't have the experience that I've had. And so, for some people, they don't have the family back home that
Right.
like we may have, right?
Yeah, like I've only known the version of the Philippines through stories.
Yeah.
I still consider it home because I've been told
Yeah.
Right.
And there's the other side of the coin where, you know, I understand a lot of the feelings and I guess just the thought bubbles that are out there where it's like, you know, Filipino Americans are seen as like privileged and just different. And, you know, it's a struggle being back home too, right? Where it's like, yeah, we do have a lot of privilege that we get to recognize, but it's also like to be othered because of that is also a really terrible feeling where y'all know the term nosebleed. To talk with other Filipinos who I see as my own, and then to have them snickering about nosebleed and talking about me in Visaya, and I'm just like, ooh, they don't know I understand everything they're saying. It hurts. It's painful.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I haven't been keeping a close eye on the Olympics, but I've been seeing that there are Phil-Ams on the American team, and there's Phil-Ams, and like also like I think there's a couple Canadian Filipinos on the Philippines team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm always curious as to like what their experience is. Do they feel more like Filipino or more like the hyphenate country? Because then it's like, you know, proud enough to be on the team in the Philippines, or if it's like, you know, have a better chance of being on an Olympic team because the Filipino has like less like athletes at that level. Because you see it also with like the PBA, where it's like if folks aren't good enough,
Make it out here,
they go to the Philippines.
Yeah.
They added the 4-point line. How do you feel about that?
I saw that.
And even just as an aside, I just think it's really funny that we picked a sport that isn't suited to our body types, where it's like, I think like baseball, soccer, that kind of thing would have been more our thing, but the American influence, we just got to play basketball. I get it. I feel for it, but
Well, yeah. Then also
We're not
actually,
winning any medals
not
in
built for
basketball,
yeah.
but-
Actually,
Not built for it.
to go off your point, it's like the gymnastics. Like the dude's tiny,
Yeah.
and then the homegirl who won
I know
the
that.
weightlifting.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, she's been
those
at
are the
it,
legs of Magellan.
dude. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
crush lapu-lapu.
Yes.
Or backwards, lapu-lapu,
Yeah.
that crush Magellan.
It's also it's also advantage like if you're shorter for Olympic weightlifting because you don't have to lift the weights as high.
Dude, and then the fucking Filam girl that won fencing.
Oh
It
yeah,
was so close quarter. I'm like, that's a shank, dude.
right.
She was like this close. Like,
Yeah,
How do you feel about like all the Olympic stuff?
I think it's cool. I mean, there's a lot of people who maybe don't even think that way. We're like, do I feel more Filipino? Do I feel more British? Do I feel more Canadian? I just feel me, and I just want to do what I want to do. And I think that's kind of sometimes the point, right, of living is to feel what you want to feel with paying homage to whatever, but right? But like,
Ultimately, it's your life.
yeah, but still just like, I don't know. I go back and forth about it a lot, but yeah, it's interesting. I don't have a problem with people wanting to compete in other countries, because I know there's like some Filipino Canadian or Filipino American person, but she's competing for Guam, right? And like, you know,
Right.
for
Support
just
reasons, other things.
it's like, yeah, you just happen to be whatever. And
You're just on a different team.
yeah,
this
yeah,
time.
and now you're just like representing a
For sure.
ethnic background of your family.
I do tend to root for like the representation angle, right?
Same.
yeah,
Same.
Philam from the U.S., Philam from like
Yeah.
or Filipino from the Philippines, or like wherever they're from.
yeah. Also, the thing with like just the Olympics, it's like everyone's in the Olympics is living their dream, and it's
Yeah.
like it's
That's
just like
so
no,
cool.
no matter who wins, it's
Right.
like
Good
Yeah.
for you.
emotional. Yeah.
Yeah,
You worked your entire life.
like that's so hard to get to.
Yeah.
Like, you're
Suni
there.
Lee,
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, she's close enough.
Yeah.
You know, just for right now, like in my heart.
Right.
You can identify how you want. Just let me have this one while I watch.
Right.
it, or else I won't watch. You know what I mean? Like,
And it's also the camaraderie it brings, right? Where it's like, I saw a lot
Yes.
of stuff online about like
best in the world.
Brazilians cheering on Filipinos. They're like, hey, colonized by the same people. Filipinos won a gold. We won a gold. I'm like, I think that's what it's about, right? It's coming together, celebrating each other. Yes, there's competition. And, you know, everyone loves an underdog story, but it's like, you know.
It's crazy because it's like, you know, you see the post of like, oh, this dude made history, first male, and then back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, let's get it.
Sige, go.
But,
Go 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
What else? And then the boxer that won bronze. I
Yeah,
think.
it's crazy how like how much of an impact they're gonna make for the future generations too. Like oh man, like I made it at this high level. Now all these other people will will want to do something like this, or
Well, I think that's what it's about too, right?
Yeah.
Where it's permission,
Yeah.
right? It's an excuse
Sadly.
to try, which it sucks that it has to go that way, but it's dope that it happens.
yeah,
Right.
And also shout out to Leia, one of our guests back in the day. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
I'll follow her stories,
Yeah.
it's because the Olympics are in Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
She's from there. She's Filipino. She's French. She's Algerian.
Yeah.
So like she's rooting for all three. So I'm kind of
Yeah.
jealous that you get 3 teams in the Olympics, Leia. Come on.
Yeah.
No, but she's having the best time rooting for her teams, and it really is when you watch her content. It's all about like unity and like bridging gaps.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
Which is what the entire life experience is supposed to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're put on Earth. You're supposed to connect with people, and then you die. Like if we're trying to like
Yeah.
simplify it to its
yeah,
basic minor things,
yeah.
right? Because if you don't, that death will come a lot faster,
Yeah.
Right.
right?
And, you know, we can generalize all the different, you know, groups and subtopics and all that, but at the end of the day, it's like there's some of us doing the work, and if we're trying to build the bridge, and some people on the other side are trying to build the bridge, and it's like let's find a way to connect that.
Right.
'Cause I think, you know, there's some dope people in the Philippines doing dope shit for the Philippines and Filipino Americans, and there's dope Filipino Americans trying to do things for the Filipino Americans and for the Philippines,
Yeah.
and we're just trying to bridge that gap of like, yo, let's just like represent for ourselves, tell our stories, each other's stories, and like uplift each other, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You just
Because
cut that part out. I'm just kidding. We
No,
did a laugh
yeah.
bit there.
yeah, no, what I was like, yes to that, and then another thing I was thinking about is like,
Or just fuck me.
I wonder, yeah, like
Sign me up.
Yuck.
I wonder if the folks who are like up in arms about like, oh, you know, pointing fingers or whatever are just kind of frustrated because they feel like their stories aren't heard, and then they don't realize like they can also tell their story. Like it's just as valid sharing your experience, your point of view, and it's like your experience isn't lesser than somebody else's experience.
Like
So a lot of
everyone's
folks-
stories have value.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't realize that it's like no matter where you come from, where you grow up, your story has validity.
Yeah.
Like it has validity, and it's like, you know, worth being shared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the better place you are with yourself, the easier it is to root for others.
Yeah.
Right? And it's the whole thing. It was like, how can you love others if you can't love yourself?
Right,
And
exactly.
it's not necessarily in a romantic relationship either, but like, I can root for my friends because I see myself in them, and I root for that part of myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
Someone would say, "You shine, I shine."
some
You shine.
Somebody.
I shine.
Somebody.
somebody. No, I get
Yeah,
it.
we're all trying to
like
kick
that.
down the doors for one another, build seats at the table, build new tables, like, you know.
Just
And some
tryna-
of us aren't.
Trying to lay down.
Kinda lay down.
Tired
Some
of
us are
sitting.
trying to lay down.
Wow,
Check
big
out
back
this
chair.
lay down chair.
Check out this recliner. Buttons, baby.
Buttons, baby, 2 buttons. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it turned out to be an Olympic episode. What do you think? Who do you think is like the next, like Olympic Philippines kind of thing?
Like the next event?
I mean, yeah, I don't know who's
Oh, no,
playing.
I don't know. I want to see the Philippines dominate on like 3-on-3 basketball.
Wow,
That'd be
street
cool.
ball,
Yeah.
That's one of the sport.
is
the,
one of the things, yeah.
breakdancing. Is it?
Oh yeah, that's
Dancing's
true.
a big one.
Is there a
Taekwondo.
Filipino breakdancer?
Hold on, esports.
Is it in the
Olympics
Olympics?
So esports was.
Is it being soft launched?
Yeah, so they officially approved it this year. I think that's going to be ready for 2028 when it's in LA.
What
Oh,
game?
where
What
are they
game?
playing?
I mean,
CS:GO.
if it's Mobile Legends, it's over,
Oh,
right?
dude, ML bang bang.
League of Legends, a little bit rough. But yeah, all the big esports, Valorant, CS:GOs, and the whatnot.
That's wild. But that's amazing.
We have
yeah.
to get good so we can be famous.
I know,
There you go.
dude. I'm like
I know.
this week. I'm kind of like, because hearing about certain Olympians who started like later.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there's hope for me.
Yeah.
mean-
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
That's my favorite Olympian.
Yeah.
I also heard that there was a woman. I forget what country she's
Mine is
from.
Hercules.
She was like
Israel.
in her 60s,
Oh, no.
competing in tennis, and like she got out of the first round, but like as she left, standing ovation by the
Yeah.
entire
Respect.
stadium.
You get to say you competed at the Olympics.
Right.
I mean, that's
It's verified.
in.
You can Google.
Yeah.
You can Google
If
your
there
name.
was
Even
an
if it's a
Olympic
make-a-wish.
sport
yeah.
that you think you could compete in, or that you could like start training for and get into, what would it be?
If there's a sport in
Yeah.
the Olympics.
Yeah.
Calling out Dre's bullshit.
Rugby sevens. I don't think I could do rugby.
That's funny because I was gonna say gymnastics. Training for like right now?
Yeah, like right now, if you were to be like, all right, Olympics is in 4 years, if I just like buckled in,
I mean,
had the support from the community.
I think like legit. If I started today, taekwondo.
Dude, yeah.
Because I have the knowledge about it already.
Right.
I just need the body for it.
Ha. I'll be there in the crowd. Ha.
That's it.
That's
Let
your
me hear-
superpower.
Elaine, let me hear you scream.
That's your WWE entrance.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Dude, I want the only Olympian to have the fireflies. They turn the lights off with the phone light.
Yeah, yeah. Nice.
What if wrestling, specifically wrestling entertainment, became
And-
a sport? And
They gotta write that.
Yeah.
Right.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You gotta really write that.
That'd be a fun time.
What would be a cool sport for the Olympics? Like a new additive after e-sports.
There's this sport that's not tennis and it's not ping pong.
Pool,
It has to do
billiards,
with,
billiards,
like, vegetables.
billiards. Dude.
Dude,
Billiards?
billiards.
Oh, okay. That's not
The
the
Philippines would dominate in
No,
billiards.
Pickleball too, right?
Is it not?
What?
Billiards? Pool?
Billiards
No,
isn't?
no. That's
Oh.
like darts in the Olympics.
Yeah. Is it darts in the? That's not in the mix. Okay, they should add
No,
it.
no
they,
bar games are in the.
they should add both of those, so then the
Yeah.
Philippines can get more gold medals.
Dude, I firmly believe, like, pound for pound, game for game, like, title for title, Efren Bata Reyes is the GOAT in his sport more than any other GOAT in their personal sport.
I think I'd agree.
He's like God at billiards,
Yeah.
right? And it's crazy because people still call him Bata.
He's matanda now, huh?
Yeah, he's Batanda.
Ciro Batanda.
Yeah. Nah, dude, but even like now, he's racking fools up. And it's funny because there would be YouTube videos where it's like people talking shit to Bata, and he's like, okay. And he'll shoot the lights out, you know?
Right.
Watch this geometry.
Yeah, but it's crazy. It's like all muscle memory. Man. The more memory you have,
The more
better your
muscles.
game is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good finishing of the sentence.
Yeah. But yeah,
Another sport, I think. I saw a tweet about it somewhere, but like karaoke.
Oh,
Dang.
that's
That's a no for me.
Magic
dog.
Sing. Hundreds everywhere.
Singing for the gold medal. Andrea Chavez representing the Philippines.
Hochela.
Hoy, chichiriconggoyla.
Got him.
Let me hear you scream.
Whenever we have our live event, we have to have that scream. It's like the initiated.
If you know, you know.
We gotta have a icky button just like icky.
We gotta get cracking on that album.
Oh yeah.
We'll write it. Yeah, I mean, like Olympics, dude. I think a dope
Horse
additive-
or a skate.
horse.
Just
Oh, no,
like
you know what it
trick
is?
shots only.
I would like them to remove the helmets for boxing.
Damn.
Oh damn.
So you want some blood?
I want like a real boxing match, like a pro boxing match.
Whoa. Yeah. I feel.
Like you keep the gloves. I'm not saying like fucking murder people.
Right.
But like you have gloves on.
Do you ever think UFC will ever make it?
There's too much liability there.
Yeah, I don't know. UFC's already a worldly.
Man, they play rugby. That's a lot of liability.
Yeah,
It's a
rugby's
scary
That would
sport.
be crazy. Cockfight.
Baseball. I want to see baseball.
Dude, I mean they have
Not like
horse.
that.
They have
That's
they have like
Okay,
horse.
fighting for the-
I mean, yeah, they have like horse events, so it's like cockfights pretty close.
the equestrian,
Oh,
the prancing.
horse.
Like
Yeah. Vaulting.
what's it called?
Vaulting?
Vaulting.
It's like acrobatics on a horse.
Oh. Did you see the guy who does the pole vault, but he lost because his bird is too big?
Yeah, dude.
he, he cleared the thing, but his bird hit the...
It's
Oh,
crazy.
the long
bar?
the pole vaulting. Dang.
I thought he was gonna hang on, but he was just hung.
Dang.
I was like, dude,
Pants aren't tight
you might
enough.
as well grab it. You can hang and swing.
Right.
Dude.
Thought it was gonna stay.
Dude, I saw the for the javelin to get the javelin back. They have these like remote control cars.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to do that job. Just
You want to be the
No.
car?
drive him back.
Who deserves
Oh,
the
the-
medal
yeah.
for that are the camera people, because like how the
Yeah.
Dude.
catching that boom,
Yeah.
perfect.
You know what sucks? Every time I see it like on the internet, the ball kids for tennis that got hit in the face,
Oh,
and I'm like,
it's the best.
and you gotta like fucking eat it like a real G.
Right.
You're like this.
Nose
Right.
bleeding and everything.
Do you think they do training like that, like the movie Dodgeball?
I just take balls to the face.
If you can take a wrench, you can take a
Yeah.
ball.
Dude, I'd do that. I'd be a trainer. I would.
Coming to help you
Trainer.
out is Olympic champion Rafael Nadal. He's taking serves at your ass. Wow.
Damn.
You know what'd be a cool sport?
It's wild.
I got it. You know what'd be a cool sport? Extreme tag.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could see that as a
that'd
sport.
be
Yeah.
climbing.
Dope.
I've seen those games.
That's
yeah,
on
but like
ESPN,
in
the
the
Ocho.
Olympics, the
Yeah.
Ocho.
What'd you say?
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one.
No, but
Oh.
in the Olympics, that's like a cool.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna go party
slap.
game,
The slap.
Yeah.
the slap, you go sardines. You know,
Oh, hell yeah.
play Olympic sardines.
Dude,
Olympic
oh,
sardines is
man.
wild.
That's
Dude.
crazy.
I could win gold in that.
I would love to play that game.
Olympic sardines is wild.
That'd be. I mean, there's so much strategy to that. You have like 8 different teams.
How big is the house?
I mean, you get like a whole. I mean, it has to be a large.
It depends
area,
on
right?
the round.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
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 Semifinals, it's a 3-story building, or like it's like a 12-story building with an elevator.
That'd be fun.
That would be really fun.
I would love to watch that.
Yeah.
Wow. I think
I
that
wanna play
tops it.
sardines.
Olympic
Okay, in the
sardine.
Olympics, Yu-Gi-Oh!
Sardines.
Sardinas.
Wow.
Iron Chef into the Olympics.
Oh, dude.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can't check time on your watch, huh?
No, no.
Shit. Yeah, I think it's good, right?
Time check.
Serious, and then it ended with the Olympics.
Yeah, it was great.
It's probably fine.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been another episode of the Pandesoul podcast. Yeah, check out this again and other episodes.
Share
from the
this
past.
with a friend,
Share
and
this with a
then
friend.
listen to another one together
With an
Yeah.
enemy.
with your enemy,
Yeah, and then bless your Lola.
and then
Yeah.
find somebody neutral and give them a kiss.
Yeah.
Wow.
Demilitarized zone.
Consented.
And don't forget, Hoichela, Chichiri Conquela.
Butcher kick.
Shout out Houston.
Gang, gang. We've been your hosts. I'm the Dre Magic.
I'm the fictitious professor.
And I'm EJ Villiam.
And with our special guest, Miko, aka Young Buko, aka Kuya.
Dang,
Word?
is that
Yeah.
is that a dead name?
That's what my little brother calls me.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. that's
Dang.
good. That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said
That's
also
respect.
known as.
Yeah,
That's mad respect.
I don't
For
call
sure.
it that, but
Yeah.
someone does.
someone does.
Also known as.
There's other names too that are.
Yeah,
on the
that we
list.
can't say on the internet.
Where could they find you?
On the
they
internet.
can find me at the official Miko, and my music and other things will be streaming through a lot of the other things that Pandesoul and our other productions are doing. So fun stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is this week's episode. Tune in next time. We have episode 100 coming up real soon, a big special event. And until next time,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
O sige na, Up Pandeez. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul Podcast.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Also, check out all our social media Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at Pandesoul Podcast.
Thanks for laughing, and hope to see you in the next episode, because there's enough Pandesal to go around.
And don't forget your baon.